Yeah. Why was it hard?
When I was talking about myself, it was more hard, and then it
Okay, but when you were reflecting, was that hard? When you were reflecting, when you were just listening, was it hard?
It was hard. I wanted to be advice.
Want to immediately give advice, interrogate him. I want to ask a bunch of questions, right? Who else found it a little hard?
I found it hard not to relate it back to myself. Because
Start talking about your own experiences.
I can really empathize with the situation. I wanted to go.
So yeah, you immediately go, oh, I had a problem just like that. Yeah, let me tell you about it. It's like, wait, I thought you were listening to me. What were some other reasons that we found it hard? Who else found it a little hard? Harsh.
The bell was ringing.
Now the bell, the reason we do the bell is to structure it in the beginning, but in real life, of course, there's no bell. But it's just like, if you go to learn how to lift weights, right? And then you see those men or sometimes women, they're doing this all day long. When do you pick anything up like that ever? Right? You don't walk over and pick up a book like that. But still, you build a muscle that way. And then you can apply it in a more normal sense. Who else found it a little difficult?
We are starting to feel like a broken record, repeating the same thing over and over.
Okay, so what's the solution if you find yourself a broken record? You ask an open-ended question. So what are some of the solutions you've considered? What are some other ideas you have how to address the problem? Okay? So, because if we're not trying to do it mechanical, and there was a fair number of you doing that, what was happening here? What was the tendency in your experience?
You were trying to solve the problem.
Trying to solve the problem. Why are you trying to solve the problem? Because obviously I'm as good as God. Right? This person's bringing a problem to me they've had for a day or a week, maybe a month, maybe 10 years, but I can solve it instantly because I know so much. Why would I possibly need to hear from them their own thoughts on the problem? Because obviously I understand the problem from the first 10 seconds of what they said. In fact, I should just interrupt them now and give them the solution. Right? Is that good listening? Is that going to build relationships? When you meet with the media or the government or your fellow, members of your community, and you just interrupt them and tell them what they should know, how far is that going to go as far as building any kind of relationship? Or even understanding the problem? Right? It doesn't work like that. Raise your hand if you felt your partner did a pretty good job of listening. Okay. What was that like? Jonathan, what was it like? What was that experience for you?
She reflected in such a way that I really understood the root of my problem.
Very important. She reflected in such a way that I began to understand the root of my problem.
That I haven't really thought about it.
Okay? Remember the term empathic, which means, listening with some feeling, and reflective. If you look in a mirror, what do you see in the mirror? It clarifies things for you. Isn't it? My T-lock's going like this. Right? Or, I should have brushed my teeth better today. Or whatever. Right? We talked about teenagers, so I got another thing here. Right? So, looking in the mirror clarifies things. So in the same way, reflective listening, remember the slide, gives people the space to think about their own problem better. Who else, raise your hand, said you thought your partner did a good job of reflecting? Okay, let's go back in the corner again. Can you explain what was it like for you?
like reflecting.
When she reflected well, what happened?
Well, I started having realizations of how I could fix my problem.
You started having realizations how you could fix your own problem. Okay? That's very interesting. Anybody else have that experience? Okay, you did. She struggled a little bit with it, but to see the effect. Now, did she reflect and that helped you, or did she give you a solution that was really good? By her reflecting. So you were kind of like, I don't know if this is working. I don't know if this is working. But your partner says, wow, you reflected. Now what if she had just told you, hey, I've been through that whole thing myself, and the problem is definitely yours, or it's definitely your friends. What would your reaction have been? What would your reaction? Yeah, if she'd spoken like that.
Oh, I mean, I probably listened, like, I probably listened.
Okay, but maybe you would have shut down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So, raise your hand if you felt by your partner's good listening, you started coming to your own solution. Who had that experience? 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Okay, great. That's kind of one of the mystical results of this. Let me ask you a question. I was thinking about turning it out. Let's go. Somebody reflects my thoughts. It sounds like you're thinking about this, about that. Sometimes they get it wrong. I heard a few of you go, well, actually, no, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. Or actually, I'm not worried, I'm sad, or something like that. So even if the reflection isn't completely right, it lets the person think about it a little bit more. Again, gives them the space to think things through. Now, if you're reflecting, is that me making that noise? If you're reflecting and you're helping your partner come to some solution by listening, I turn it off. If you're reflecting and the person you're with is coming to some solution, ultimately, where's that knowledge coming from? From Paramatma, okay? So we're having a conversation. He reflects, I come to some solution, the knowledge is coming from Paramatma. If he gives me an answer, even if it's right, where's it coming from? Where's his knowledge coming from? From Paramatma. Right? Which Paramatma am I more likely to believe? My Paramatma or his Paramatma? Mine, isn't it? So if you can help me come to a solution, come to some clarity on my thoughts and my feelings and some sense of, should I get married or not? Should I live in India or not? Should I go back to college or not? Should I take care of my teenagers at home or not? If you can help me come to my own answer, that's a great service you just rendered me. Okay? So if you remember, if we go back to these 4 benefits of empathic listening, the first one, just to make sure you understand. If I understand you correctly, you're mad because I didn't get the car back in time. That's an example, okay? They might respond, no, I'm not mad that you didn't get the car back in time. I'm mad that you run out of gas and the car's 2 miles from here. That's what I'm mad about. Okay? It clarifies things. First benefit, okay? Second one, sometimes people just need to be heard. Did anybody have an experience like this? Just when your partner reflected, you felt better? Raise your hand if you had that experience. Okay? Sometimes even there's no solution. You had a difficult problem here. Just somebody listening to it, you feel better, right? Just somebody listens to you. So as leaders, this is a skill. One, we tend to jump in like the doctor, open heart surgery. Excuse me, you don't know who I am. Who are you to tell me I need open heart surgery? But if you take a while and listen, one, you may clarify things. Two, I may feel better. I may need just to talk to somebody so I feel better. Okay, what's that do for our relationship if you take the time as a friend or as a leader to listen to me and my problems? Even if there's no solution, what happens to that relationship?
It grows thicker.
It grows thicker, it goes very strong, it goes you build a very close relationship with your friend, with the government, with the media, whoever it is, just because you took the time, okay? And then the third point, and we'll come right back to that. Two, many times by just listening and reflecting, people come to their own solution. That is a wonderful gift to give to other people. That's a wonderful gift. We all face so many problems in life. Every minute there's some new questions, some challenge. So if someone listens and helps us come to our own understanding, that's a great gift of service. Okay? And then the fourth one, Even if at some point maybe I do have to offer some particular solutions or I have to get involved, once I've listened carefully, now whatever advice I give, they're going to take it much more deeply, and it's probably going to be much better because I took the time to listen. Okay, so these are these 4 primary benefits. So I want to ask everybody over the next couple of days, at least while we're all here together, or ideally continuing on after that, if someone comes up to you with some particular problem or some difficulty they want to talk about, watch what happens, how you'll tend to immediately go to a solution. Okay, or you immediately judge, or you immediately tell your own story. Check yourself, don't let that happen. Pull yourself back and just listen thoughtfully and then reflect. Well, if I understand correctly, you're feeling this and this and this, and watch what happens. The whole dynamic changes. Okay? So it's 5:30, we should stop now. I'm going to stay for another 10 minutes, and if anybody has any particular questions you want to follow up with. Otherwise, we'll see everybody tomorrow morning at 10:30, and we're going to start tomorrow with public speaking, which I should have told you because there's 2 things people are mostly afraid of in the world. You know what they are? Death and public speaking. Which is why we're going to do it here, because you can get over that fear and learn some skills in a friendly environment where Krishna and Lord Chaitanya himself is here to help you. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice evening. See everybody tomorrow.